Sometimes the most powerful message is said without words. Silence can carry a strength that many don't see, a quiet power that doesn't need noise to be noticed. Sigma females understand this better than anyone. They move through life with a sense of clarity that others often misunderstand. And when they choose to ignore someone, it's not by accident. It's a clear and thoughtful decision to protect their peace, their truth, and their sense of identity. So why does a Sigma female go quiet and walk away? What hard truths push her to step back from people and the world? Her silence isn't just about needing space. It's a strong message without words. Welcome to time-tested advice, where ancient philosophy meets the modern world. I'm your host, Alfred. Let's get started. In this video, we'll break down the real reasons Sigma females ignore others, showing the purpose, strength, and calm power behind their silence. If this message speaks to something inside you, if it reminds you of who you are deep down, click subscribe and tap the bell. This space is for people like you, ready to grow, heal, and stand strong. Let's begin. They ignore rude and entitled people. Sigma females don't waste their time on people who act arrogant or think they're better than others. They can easily spot when someone is full of themselves, and once they sense it, they shut off completely. They're not impressed by people who think the world revolves around them. To Sigma females, arrogance isn't confidence. It's just insecurity in disguise, and they won't waste their energy trying to deal with it. If someone comes at them with a big ego, they don't argue. They just stay silent and walk away. Their silence speaks for them. You don't impress me. Giving attention to entitled people only feeds their ego, so Sigma females choose not to respond at all. In their world, respect has to be earned, not demanded. They won't put up with anyone who expects special treatment just because they think highly of themselves. Staying quiet isn't a sign of weakness. It's a statement. It says, "Your ego means nothing to me." For Sigma females, there's no point in dealing with someone who only cares about their own reflection. Most people can't handle the truth. Sigma females are honest, even when the truth is uncomfortable. They won't sugarcoat things or lie just to make someone feel better. They believe honesty is important, even if it stings. But many people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what makes them feel good. And when Sigma females realize someone isn't ready to hear the truth, they stop talking and let silence take over. It's not because they're afraid. It's because they know it's pointless to argue with someone who isn't open to hearing real things. They'd rather save their energy for people who value honesty. If someone can't accept their straightforward nature, they won't get close to them. Sigma females don't play along with comforting lies. If someone isn't ready to face reality, she won't force it. She'll just step away and let them figure things out on their own. Her focus is staying true to herself, and that often means walking away from people who can't handle that kind of truth. They aren't impressed by shallow people. Sigma females don't care about surface-level things like looks, money, or popularity. They're drawn to depth, honesty, and real connection. So when they meet people who are fake, show off too much, or need constant attention, they lose interest quickly. Flashy clothes, fancy cars, or big social media followings don't mean much to them. What matters is who someone really is, how they think, how they treat others, and whether they live with integrity. If someone is only focused on looking good or showing off, there's nothing real for the Sigma female to connect with. Instead of wasting time on fake people, she ignores them. It's not about being cold, It's about protecting her peace. Life is short, and she'd rather spend her time with people who are genuine and deep. Ignoring shallow, ego-driven people helps her stay focused on what truly matters: growth, truth, and meaningful relationships. She has no interest in being pulled into a world full of fake smiles and empty talks. They avoid drama at all costs. Sigma females want peace, not chaos. They don't like drama, and they definitely don't like people who stir it up for attention. They can see right through people who exaggerate, overreact, or create problems just to feel important. To them, all that noise is pointless and exhausting. Life already has enough ups and downs. There's no need to add more by dealing with drama-filled people. So when someone tries to drag them into their mess, Sigma females stay quiet and keep their distance. This isn't because they don't care, it's because they do. They care enough about their mental health and peace to not let drama in. Choosing silence is their way of saying, "I won't be part of your chaos." They'd rather focus on calm, clarity, and what really matters. Drama wastes energy, and they're too smart to spend their time on that. Sigma females care deeply about the things that truly matter, like their goals, self-growth, and meaningful relationships. They know that getting involved in other people's chaos only pulls them away from what's important. That's why they avoid drama altogether. By staying away from messy situations, they're setting firm boundaries. It shows they're not willing to be someone's emotional outlet or get dragged into someone else's personal issues. They understand that drama feeds on attention, so they take away its power by refusing to engage. For them, peace and emotional balance are far more valuable than the short-term thrill of winning an argument or proving someone wrong. When faced with chaos, they choose to stay quiet and step back, because they've learned that silence and distance are often the smartest ways to protect their peace. They're not interested in give-and-take relationships that feel like deals. Sigma females don't want connections that are based on what each person can get out of it. They're not keeping score or trading favors. What they really care about is honesty, shared values, and mutual respect. When someone only shows up when they need something or expects constant returns, the Sigma female starts to lose interest fast. These kinds of relationships feel shallow and empty to her. She's not looking for someone to fill a role or meet a list of expectations. She's looking for something real. If people treat relationships like business agreements, focusing only on what they can gain, it's a red flag. Sigma females can spot that energy right away and won't stick around. Ignoring these people isn't about being cold, it's about protecting their energy. They want real, deep connections, and if that's not available, they're fine walking away. They won't waste time on surface-level interactions or fake friendships. When they step back, they're sending a message. They're not here to play games, they're here for truth. Silence is their strongest tool. Sometimes the best way for a Sigma female to handle someone is to walk away completely. It's not out of spite. It's just that staying involved would only drain her. She uses silence in a careful, intentional way. If she decides someone doesn't deserve her time or attention, she cuts off contact without drama. This isn't a game or a way to get attention. It's a quiet boundary. She knows not every situation deserves a reply, and not every person should have access to her energy. Her silence says, "I won't let you mess with my peace." This helps her stay grounded and avoid being pulled into negativity. She doesn't waste time on pointless arguments or emotional chaos. Instead, she uses silence to keep control and protect her space. Ignoring people isn't about running from conflict. It's about staying honest with herself. She knows what matters and what doesn't, and she won't tolerate anything that threatens her peace. If someone crosses the line, she won't hesitate to walk away. Others might think it's cold, but for her, it's a smart and necessary move to stay true to herself and surround herself with people who respect her. They often get lost in their own thoughts. Sigma females can get so caught up in their inner world that they seem distant. It's not that they're trying to ignore people, it's just that their minds are always working. They're thinking deeply, solving problems, or reflecting on big ideas. When they're in this headspace, everything around them can fade into the background. They aren't being rude, they're just focused inward. This deep thinking is part of who they are. They'd rather reflect on something meaningful than waste time with small talk. It's not that they don't care about others, they just find more value in exploring ideas than in everyday chit-chat. When a Sigma female seems quiet or disconnected, she's not trying to push people away, she's simply following where her mind leads. Her focus on inner growth gives her unique insight and depth. Ignoring the world for a moment helps her stay in touch with what really matters. It's not rejection, it's reflection. They need time alone to recharge. Solitude is where Sigma females find peace. They fiercely protect their personal space, not just because they want to be alone, but because it helps them think clearly and stay grounded. Constant interaction can wear them down. They know that to stay balanced, they need to pull away from the crowd now and then. This isn't about being unfriendly, it's about taking care of their energy. They feel their best when they have room to think, plan, and just breathe. When they ignore people, it's often because they need space to reset. They don't feel the need to explain this need either. Some might not understand their quiet moments, but that's okay. In a world that always wants attention and constant noise, Sigma females choose silence. They create a quiet place where they can think clearly and just be themselves. Ignoring others isn't rejection, it's their way of saying, I need this time for me. That space is how they stay strong, calm, and clear-headed. And for a Sigma female, that kind of self-care is not up for debate. They've outgrown fake connections. Sigma females have no interest in fake friendships or forced interactions. They've reached a point in life where they'd rather be alone than pretend to get along with people they don't truly connect with. They don't care for surface-level conversations or spending time with people just to be polite. If a relationship feels fake or forced, they quietly step away. They don't believe in keeping people around out of habit, guilt, or social pressure. For them, connection has to be real, built on honesty, mutual respect, and shared energy. They don't chase people, and they don't stick around just to be accepted. If the vibe feels off, or if someone is wearing a mask, the Sigma female will sense it instantly. Instead of calling it out or starting a confrontation, she simply disappears. Her silence is her way of saying, "This no longer serves me." It's not about drama or rejection. It's about honoring her need for authenticity. Life's too short for fake smiles and shallow ties, and Sigma females would rather walk alone in truth than stay connected to something empty. Ignoring fake connections is how they make space for the real ones that matter. They refuse to beg for attention or love. Sigma females don't beg, chase, or try to convince anyone of their worth. If someone doesn't see their value, they won't waste time trying to prove it. They believe that the right people will recognize their worth without needing to be reminded. Whether it's in friendships, family, or romantic relationships, they expect mutual respect and effort. If that's missing, they step back without a fuss. They don't cling to people who take them for granted, and they certainly don't lower their standards just to keep someone around. Their silence in these moments isn't cold, it's self-respect. They understand that love should never be something they have to beg for. They won't chase attention or settle for crumbs of affection. If they feel like they're being overlooked or undervalued, they'll quietly walk away. Ignoring someone in these cases is their way of saying, "I deserve more than this." They'd rather be alone than stay where they feel unseen. For Sigma females, love and attention should be given freely, not demanded. And if it's not, they'll let go and move on with grace. In a world that constantly pushes for connection, attention, and noise, Sigma females quietly stand apart. They don't ignore people to be cold. They do it to stay true to themselves. Their silence speaks volumes. It shows their commitment to honesty, depth, and personal peace. By choosing to step back from drama, attention seekers, and shallow connections, they make space for what really matters. Some people might not get their approach. They might think it's distant or harsh. But Sigma females know better. They carefully choose what and who deserves their energy. They don't just go with the flow. They choose with purpose. Their silence, their boundaries, their space, it all comes from strength. Ignoring others isn't about shutting out the world. It's about creating a life that feels honest and fulfilling. If these words touched your heart, comment below, "Harsh truth." Thanks for watching till the end. Your support truly means the world to me. Together we will forge a path of nothing but peace and happiness. This has been your host, Alfred. I'll see you in the next one. Same time tomorrow. Until next time.